So I am making crepes this morning, and this is the easiest thing you could possibly make. I know it sounds really complicated, but it's not. I'm going to tell you how to do it. First, you want to go to foodnationradio.com and put in the search box, crepes. Okay? So do that, and then you turn this off, because you have to melt 2/3 of a stick of butter. Don't skim on the crepes. You don't make them that often. Okay? Then in this bowl, I've got 3 eggs. Okay? And I've got 1.5 cups of whole milk. Don't use low fat because it won't work right. It just tastes awful and it won't set up right. And then you want to, in a different bowl, this is called the muffin method, where you have 1 bowl with wet ingredients and 1 bowl with dry ingredients. In the dry ingredient bowl, you're eventually going to have 1.5 cups of flour, but start off with 3/4 of a cup. You're going to put a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Use sea salt or something fine sea salt. And you want to use what was the other thing I put in? Oh, 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. Okay? So you stir that up. You've got your wet ingredients over here. Okay? And then you're going to take your butter. I'm going to let this cool off for a second. And then I'm going to take the butter and put it right into the bowl with the eggs and the milk. Okay? After I do that, I don't have enough hands to do this, okay? So after I do that, then I'm going to mix the wet into the dry ingredients. And that's why I held back the 3/4 of a cup of flour. You want to sprinkle that in after you mix the wet and the dry. Otherwise, you're going to have lumps, and nobody wants lumpy crepes, right? And then you're going to get a crepe pan like this one, okay? And notice this is a seasoned pan. You don't want to wash your crepe pan. I know that sounds gross, but you're doing it at a high temperature, okay? And your crepes will end up sticking if you scrub it every time, okay? Now, if it gets, burned, something gets burned on it or something, you'll have to do that. Otherwise, don't do it, and you're going to make perfect crepes. And I will post a picture after this video so that you can see. I'm just going to tell you, I did this exactly backwards. And the reason is, first of all, it's early. Second of all, it's been a while since I made crepes. I'm making them because my son is hungry. He came back from Ireland. He didn't like the food that much, and he wants crepes. He's not spoiled, right? So the way you're supposed to do this, I am so sorry. So you'll see in the recipe, but the way you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to hold back half the liquid, not half the dry goods. So you do the entire 3 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of flour, sorry. And then you mix in half the wet ingredients, okay, until there's no lumps. Then you put in the other half. And that's the way you're supposed to do it. Look at the recipe so you'll know, okay? You cannot blame me. It is freaking early. Okay, so I've mixed it all together. No lumps so far, thank goodness. And the last thing you're going to do, because this is a very heavy batter the way it is right now, is you're going to add 1/2 cup of cold water. Cold. And what that's going to do is it's going to make the butter seize up a tiny bit. And it's going to make the whole thing the consistency of heavy cream, which is perfect. It's exactly what you want. If it looks like heavy cream in consistency, then it's perfect. And we can start making crepes. So here's my crepe pan. Okay, it's heating up. And this crepe pan is actually not from France. It's from Germany. But it makes perfect crepes every time. Now, the first crepe don't expect it to be perfect because the first crepe is reseasoning the pan a little bit. So they call that in French, which I cannot say, the crepe for the dog. So that's the one the dog gets that's sitting right next to you while you cook. So yeah, that's the crepe for the dog. Then the rest of the crepes, what you're going to do is take a ladle. This is heating at about 3/4 to high, about medium to medium high. Then as I cook, it's going to get hotter, and because the heat will accumulate, and I'll start to turn it down, and I end up somewhere around halfway, about medium. Okay, so you're going to take a ladle, and probably a 4-ounce ladle. You're going to do, I don't know, just over maybe 2 ounces. Just enough you put it in the center of the pan, swirl it around. It's just going to cover the bottom of the pan. And if you're like me and you've done this a lot, you can flip it without touching it. If not, you want to take a rubber spatula to help you flip it over. And you'll know because it'll start to bubble up a little bit, and you'll see that it's ready to be turned. So here's my crepe cooking, right? Okay. And you see the edges, how they're starting to get slightly brown? See how that moves around like that? I don't know if I can do this while I'm holding this, but we'll give it a shot, okay? You ready? Nope, I can't do it while you're watching me. Okay, I'm going to give this one more shot. See if I can flip it over while you're watching me and while I'm holding the phone. Okay? This is not easy. I'm just telling you. Okay. Yeah, baby. That's how you flip a crepe. Badass Food Nation Radio.